I would describe my style as layers. I work in watercolor, I work in oil, I work in acrylic. Depending on what I'm trying to achieve or what interests me at the time, that will determine what materials I use to get that look. I just think outside the box is better, and if it fails, if you don't like it, then so what? Don't do it again. And if you do, then you've just added another tool to your repertoire of expression. I've been an artist my whole life. A family friend, she was a couple years older than I was, and she would draw horses, and so I would just try to mimic her and keep up with her, and that's what started it. When the earthquake in Northridge hit, I was living there at the time. My apartment was destroyed. I had a decision to make. Do I go to graduate school or do I start my own business? Somebody referred me to a person who had a company painting murals, and he offered me a job. And I said, I can't paint. And he said, if you can draw, you can paint. And he was right. It was actually, I thought I have nothing to lose at this point. I would say the majority of my career has been spent specializing in children's murals. I will be on ladders. I've had to paint ceilings. The heights don't scare me. The size doesn't scare me. The murals are my first, I love them. I don't do many of them anymore because I work mostly doing commissioned works, but yeah, I love doing the murals. That's exciting to me. The bigger the better. I have this tendency to take photos with my iPhone, and then I have to sit with it for a little while, and I don't talk about it, and I'll just think about the painting, and I'll think about what colors, and I'll think about the layers that I want to do and what's the final look. And at one point I will take the photograph that I'm working from and I'll put it aside, because at that point there's an element of life that I want to put back into the painting that doesn't exist in the photo. And so I'll deviate from the photo to give it its own personality and its own identity, even though it's maybe representative of something that I took a picture of. The reason why I can call myself a mixed media artist now is because I create art that is a result of my curiosity. What that has meant is that I'm able to make giant props for one client, and I'm able to make giant oil paintings for another. There's no risk, so I can just trust in myself, and I take that with me to other aspects of my life. For a long time I worked in hospitals doing children's murals in children's wings. So I did this stairwell at the Long Beach Memorial Hospital, and there was this one night I was in there probably 1 o'clock in the morning, and this woman pokes her head around. I had caution tape up, and she said, "Are you the one painting all the murals?" And I said, I am. And she said, "I just want you to know that my niece died today." And I said, and I just looked at her, and I didn't know what to say. She said, no, it was okay. She said, "I just want you to know that I described to her what you're doing, and it was one of the last things she heard, and she just smiled. And it was, so I just want you to know how much what a difference it's making." I never forgot that, and I think that is actually one of the reasons that I started Heartfelt Play, actually. I opened up Heartfelt Play in an attempt to encourage people to explore what it feels like to be creative in a non-judgmental and non-competitive environment. I really believe that you can draw and you can paint if you let go of the results, and there's a joy that happens just from working with your hands. I want Heartfelt Play to be that type of place that people can come and experience what it feels like to be creative. Heartfelt Play right now is open to events, different types of parties. There's also these community nights that we do that are these free, family-friendly events where people can paint with their families. So I created these large images. We project them on the wall and paint them, and then we use paints that will wash off. So it's all the things you can't do at home, you can do here, pretty much. The genesis of Heartfelt Play was to be able to work with other people. I was asked if I could paint a portrait of the library, the downtown library, and I was honored, and I said yes. I get to do that and give back to the community that way. It's so important to have art throughout a city because I think it unifies the city. I'm not nearly as interested in having artwork I've created in the city as I am in facilitating artwork that is a collaborative effort. This is something I want to be a part of. Like I want to contribute to making this the city of the arts. I'm in a position to help, and I'd like to help if I can.